Hi everyone, it's Sue. Did you think I got dressed in the dark this morning? No, this crazy getup is for another collaboration with my crazy crafty Canuck friends. Try saying that fast 3 times. It is hosted by Theresa B DIY and it's called the Quickchangecollab. Are you tired of always trying to think of new ideas for different seasons or different holidays? Then you have come to the right place. We are creating a bunch of multi-seasoned, interchangeable, and reversible decor. Ta-da! So you can make some decor to last all season long and many seasons to come. So if you would like to see some of our interchangeable, interseason, reversible decor items, please check out the playlist that I will link below because there's a lot of crazy Canuck talent out there in the crafty world, and I would like to show you what I came up with. So let's get started. So these projects are right up my alley. I love multi-seasonal interchangeable decor, and I thought I would use some decor items I had already made and make them into a different season or reversible. So for Quick Change DIY number 1, I'm starting off with this Hello Spring sign that I made a while ago. And on the back you can see I used a Dollar Tree wooden puzzle. But I couldn't just put a piece of paper over it to make a design on the other side because it would have been too bumpy. So I used some of this foam core board and just cut it out in the shape of my sign. Now once I had the foam core cut out, there were a few little rough spots on it which I used my sanding block just to get some of the extra bits off, but most of that was going to be covered up anyway. Then I took some nice dark blue paint from the Dollar Tree and just put 2 nice coats on the back. I was going to turn this into a nautical sign. Now to create a nice frame and cover up some of those ragged foam core edges, I took some tumbling tower blocks and glued 4 of them together and then made 4 sets of those 4. Now you could leave them plain like I did, or you could paint them white chalk paint, or you could stain them whatever you like. Next I used my hot glue to arrange the blocks all the way around to make a frame, and I used some clamps just to clamp everything together so that it would be nice and firm. Now I got the inspiration from this sign on Pinterest, and I saw this really lovely quote that I wanted to recreate. So I used my Cricut to print out all the letters, and then my weeding tool just to weed out all the empty spaces. and put the quote onto my nautical board. Now I love the inspiration in this phrase. We cannot direct the wind. We can only adjust our sails. I thought that was great life lesson right there. And there's a couple of little seagulls that I printed out to go with the sign as well. I had some of these wooden sailboat shapes from the Dollar Tree, so I decided just to put a couple of coats of white acrylic paint on there as well, and then just glue that to my sign. Since I kind of made a sandwich out of this sign and I had two signs, front and back, the center part was a little bit messy. So I decided just to take some popsicle sticks, cut them down, and glue them along the sides just to cover up where you could see the blue foam core. Now with my little sailboat on there, I wanted something small in the other corner, so I decided to root through my seashells and put one on there as well. And I wanted to put it in far enough so that if I flipped the sign over, I could still utilize the other side and not see the sailboat sticking out, and I thought it looked pretty darn cute. Now for Quick Change DIY number 2, this is so easy it's criminal. I thought, why reinvent the wheel? I was deciding to make a home sign, and I already had this home sign from the Dollar Tree. Now you could do this on your outside home sign as well, but this is just a smaller version of the inside one. Change out the heart and put different O's in there for different seasons. Now I thought about taking the heart off, but I thought it's metal, and you know what sticks to metal? Magnets. And you know what you can put magnets on? Everything. I love magnetic things, and I had already made this little white flower, and I just decided to put a magnet on the back of that. And then there's also this little windmill sign that I got from the Dollar Tree, which is magnetic as well. You can put a magnet on that and it will stick. And you don't even have to take the heart off, because everything that I'm putting on here is big enough to cover over. So the possibilities here are endless. You could make a pumpkin for Halloween, you could put a greenery wreath on there for Christmas, or an ornament, absolutely anything you can think of. And even for summer, I had this cute little wooden pool sign, and the O's made perfect O's for home. So I just put some magnets on the back of those, and voila. You could even put magnets on the back of maple leaves to make it very patriotic for today. Happy Canada Day, everyone! So now my magnetic personality was running away with me. And I had made this magnetic floral wreath out of a cake tin a while ago, and I'll put a link above so that you can recreate that too. And I used some wooden floral shapes, put some Mod Podge fabric on, and a little bee and a little bow to make this cute wreath. But I thought those things could fit right in the center of my home sign as well. The little bee, you could put the bee on the flower, you could put the flower on the heart, and then you could vice versa and put everything on the little wreath form. This was just too much fun. And last year I had taken this Easter sign, flipped it over, and put this really pretty Irish blessing on the back with a shamrock. Now I could put a magnet on the shamrock and put it on this sign, or I could take the shamrock off and put it in the middle of my home sign. The possibilities are absolutely astounding. Now, quick change DIY number 3 is even easier if you didn't think that was possible. I found this metal mason jar at the Dollar Tree, and metal mason jar just screams magnets, and it was pretty much ready to go. I just decided to take some jute twine and wrap it around and around the lid part just to jazz it up a little with a little hot glue, and then you could take all of your magnets and stick them into the mason jar depending on your season. You could fill your mason jar with flowers for spring, or fill it with love and little hearts for Valentine's Day, or spooky eyeballs for Halloween, or maple leaves for Canada Day, or snowflakes, or absolutely anything your little heart desires. Use your imagination. Finally, quick change DIY number 4 is a reversible tray wall hanging. Now I used this metal cookie sheet from the Dollar Tree before and made this pretty "This Is Us" sign, but if I flipped it over, it was a blank canvas. So I decided to put a couple of layers of white chalk paint on here, and you could use spray paint if you like. Now once that was completely dry, I took some painter's tape and put some strips across because I was going to make some faux shiplap. Then I took the tiniest bit of black acrylic paint and a makeup sponge and just went along the edge of the tape to make my boards. And then when that was done, I pulled off the paint and took the little tiny bit of black paint that was still left on my sponge just to kind of make some wood grain and some little knot holes in my wood. And once that was dry, I had some stickers from the Dollar Tree that I thought would be perfect to put on here, and I wouldn't have to drag out my Cricut again. So I found this really cute "Live Well, Laugh Often, Love Much" sign, and I cut up the words, peeled them off, and stuck them on my sign. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So this reversible sign was adorable on its own, but guess what? It's metal, and you know what that means? It's magnetic. So I could also embellish it with this pretty flower or any other decor that you have stuck a magnet on to jazz it up for any season. So this one is reversible and interchangeable. So hopefully you enjoyed all of my mix matched DIY decor items for multi-seasons, and please check out the description box below, where I will put the playlist to all the other talented people who participated in this collaboration hosted by Theresa B DIY. Thanks so much, and see you next time on Discovering the Art of Living.